Well, hello and welcome to the business of cake making. She's Bronya.
And she's Sammie.
Dun, 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 dun. We've got an exciting podcast today. We've got so much to talk about.
We have, because we've got impromptu things that have happened that we're going to talk about.
Yes.
And to be honest, we were going to record last week, but I don't think we would have had anywhere near as much to talk about had we done that.
No, you're quite right. And it wouldn't have been so exciting.
No, so it's quite fortuitous that your internet went up the spout last week.
Yeah, thanks, Tube. But they sorted it. It's all fixed now. Touch wood. Touch wood. If I suddenly drop out. So, we recorded the last podcast. It was a bit glitchy then, wasn't it? And the one before that.
You disappeared right at the end, didn't you?
Yeah. So it's all been linked to that. Hopefully it's all sorted now.
Oh, I do hope so.
So,
we've got lots to talk about. Yeah. No less my dinner tonight.
Oh, I've been waiting for this. Please tell me, what did you have?
My dinner tonight. Right, this is not the cake content you come for, but this is just as good, I promise.
I'm excited.
So my husband's away. I had girl dinner, right? So I follow someone called Poppy O'Toole or Poppy Cooks on Instagram. She's known as the Potato Queen, right? She does amazing recipes, all potatoes. What could be bad about that? And she did a viral recipe that someone else had done, and she was calling it crisp charcuterie. I've also seen it called posh nachos, right? Mm-hmm. You get a baking tray or an oven-proof dish. You sprinkle it with crisps.
Oh, my God.
Right? Sprinkle it with crisps. Then you put charcuterie meats on it. So like parmahans, salamis, all that kind of stuff. Mm-hmm. Then charcuterie cheeses on the top. So I went down to Marks and Spencer's and I got a little pot of their mini mozzarellas in pesto.
Yeah.
But she put brie and stuff on hers.
Oh, my God.
Then you put it under the grill.
Oh, my God.
It's just amazing.
I'd put a couple of tomatoes on there as well.
So she also put hot honey on hers. So she drizzled hers with a bit of hot honey as well. Didn't have any hot honey, but I had pesto on my mozzarella, so I thought I was okay.
Yeah.
And so all the cheese melts and then all the meats obviously all the juices start to run into the crisps. How long did you leave it in for? Probably about 5 minutes under the grill. And all the crisps just go crispy and it's well worth it.
I haven't had my dinner yet. My mouth is watering. I just had a snack.
Good.
I had a healthy snack of nuts and fruit.
Sorry, I had crisps, parma ham and mozzarella.
I mean, I know I'd rather.
It was good. It was a really good dinner. I highly recommend it.
And what was she called? Potato Lady?
It's called Poppy Cooks. So on Instagram, she's called Poppy Cooks.
Yeah, I think I have seen some of her posts before.
Her name is Poppy O'Toole.
Yeah.
She's got a couple of books out. One of them's called Potato, and that's it. And she calls herself the Potato Queen, and she's hysterical. She's quite young.
Yeah.
And she's a little bit... I don't want to say socially awkward because she's not socially awkward, but she goes on television and she says things that are really inappropriate. She doesn't realise. She gets words wrong.
Yeah.
And she's just so funny. So funny. So she went on
Saturday earlier with cholesterol and collagen.
She went on to Saturday Morning Kitchen.
Yeah.
And she got a word wrong. And it's just hysterical. Prime time TV. She's so funny. Yeah. She's so down to earth. And she cooks potatoes amazingly well. So she's worth a follow. But also posh nachos, do it.
Yeah, I'm going to do it with crisps.
Yeah. Crisps. I just did ready salted crisps.
I actually bought some this week. I've bought crisps.
Ready salted crisps and parma ham. I had some parma ham and some salami and mozzarella. But brie, I think brie would be good as well.
Did you have any bread as well? I'd have had a bit of bread on the side.
I had just that.
That was bread. Mango chutney.
So good. Oh, right, okay. Should we talk about cake stuff now?
Yeah, all right. Yeah. Well, first of all, let's get the housework out of the way.
Yes, housework. Yes, okay. I'll just go do some sweeping.
All right. So the first thing I want to mention to everybody is we have a Spotify playlist.
We haven't talked about it for ages.
No. And I do love a Spotify playlist. And when I go out on my dog walks, and if anybody has any tunes they want to send in,
do.
I've shut the page down. What's it called again?
The Friday afternoon bake list.
Yes.
I will put a link on the show. Wherever you're listening to your podcast, there's some show notes underneath. I'll put a link in there so you can listen to it. But if you want to add to it, just let us know.
Let us know. Taylor Swift to Donny Osmond to Shawadi Wadi. No, please no Shawadi Wadi.
I saw my cousin at the weekend, and she's a huge Rod Stewart fan. She's 10 years older than me. Yeah. Huge Rod Stewart fan. And she was going out that night to a fake Rod Stewart.
Yeah.
But she was like, I don't want to go. I don't want to go. So her friend, who knows she's a Rod Stewart fan, saw that this was happening and thought she'd treat her and go, oh, this is going to be really exciting. She was going, it's going to be horrendous.
Do you know what? I have got I think practically every album of Rod Stewart's up to the I Am Sailing one. I have got the I Am Sailing one as well. But
I think she has. She was a massive, massive fan. Huge fan. I mean, she's seen him live several times. Yeah. But her friend thought that she might like to go and see fake Rod Stewart.
Well, I hope she had a nice time.
I don't think she was going to, but I hope so. Yeah. I hope so. Was it you that saw Fat Rod Stewart?
No.
Oh, it was someone at work. They went out and he actually called himself Fat Rod Stewart.
Really?
Yeah. That's what he called himself. I don't think this was Fat Rod Stewart. I think this was just fake Rod Stewart. Yeah, sorry.
Okay. So...
the other thing, talking about the Friday afternoon bake list, I keep getting... Because I listen to a lot of podcasts, and I know you listen to a lot of podcasts, and anytime I mention podcasts on my stories on Instagram, people say to me, oh, what is it you're listening to? What do you recommend? So I think we should do a recommended list of podcasts at some point as well.
Oh, yeah. That's a good idea.
Because we both listen to a lot of podcasts.
Yeah. I listen to a lot of murder podcasts.
Yes, so do I, to be fair.
Coincidentally,
yeah. And one that I've been listening to recently, The Golden Toilet. Brilliant.
Oh.
A golden toilet was stolen from Blenheim Palace.
Oh yes, you were telling me about that the other day. Yes, I have heard about that one.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I think maybe we should do and if anyone else has got any podcasts that they recommend, let us know.
Yeah.
They don't have to be cake related and they don't have to be business related. Just anything that you listen to while you're baking.
Oh, that would be so fun.
Yeah. Podcast recommendation swap list.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah. Because then I can listen to the podcast while I'm out of people's recommendations.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I like that. Because sometimes I think, what should I listen to? Oh, my favourite murder.
Anyway, right, go on.
Okay, so next.
Yes.
Patreon. Yes. Do you want to chat about that?
Yes. So we do this podcast, and then at the end, there's always a little bit extra. And only the people in Patreon get to hear that.
Yes.
So if you want to go over to patreon.com/the Business of Cake Making podcast, you can sign up. You can get a 7-day free trial, and that 7-day free trial will give you access to everything, so you can go back and listen. And it will include former features that we no longer do on the normal podcast, such as Product of the Week and Top Tip. And there's always a little bit of extra content at the end as well. And it is a mere £5 per month.
Price of a coffee and a...
Exactly. Probably just a coffee, actually, nowadays.
Yeah, that's right.
And then you get a little bit of extra us. You get hints and tips every single week. You get products of the week, and you get all the extra. So that is the Business of Cake, patreon.com/the Business of Cake Making podcast. I'll put a link in the show notes.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. And did you want to talk about your baking club?
Yeah, always the baking club. Head over to daisycakeandco.com, the baking club, £12 a month. And you get recipes, hints, tips, a monthly live. And now I've unlocked it, there is a private Facebook group as well.
I love a private Facebook group.
Yeah, I love a private. Well, I made it so private that no one could get onto it. So, but now I've unlocked that security. If you are a member of the Baking Club, you can get onto it. So, yes.
So I'm going to be talking about a private Facebook group in a moment.
Yes, you are indeed. Which is really funny because I went, I just saw this post in such and such. She went, yes, I put it there. Oh, did you? Sorry.
Yeah. And I don't post.
No. That's obviously why I didn't think that it would be you.
That's right. So,
Yes. And we are going to do a Q&A at some point this week. We're going to get round to it. We're doing a Q&A this week as well, aren't we?
Well, after we've done this?
Yeah.
What?
No. This podcast is about Q&A.
Oh, yes. Oh, yeah.
The sheer horror on your face. It's like, what? Are we who? Where?
Oh, my God. It was like my brain just shut down then. Are we?
What are we doing? No. Who are we? Why are we here?
Sorry about that. I haven't had my dinner.
No.
Unlike you.
I'm fueled by girl dinner tonight. Yes.
Yeah. Okay, so is that all?
That's all our admin taken care of. Yes,
right. So
we've had a panic, haven't we? The last couple of weeks. Yeah. Well, so Sammie has.
Out in the world of cakes.
Yeah.
Bake Diary, which I love, if you listen to the podcast regularly,
you have advocated for Bake Diary for years.
Yeah, I love it. It's perfect for me. And sadly, due to poor health and illness, they're having to.
Is that the reason? Is that why it's okay?
Yeah, then it's that something's obviously happened, and they've taken the decision, and I'm like, fair play to them, because life comes before business.
Yeah, absolutely.
Definitely.
Yeah. Because, I was thinking about, why could it possibly be closing? Because the outcry from the people, now it is closing, the outcry, it can't possibly be because they haven't got enough customers.
No. Right. I'm just opening Bake Diary. Da-da, 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 da-da. My laptop might not be able to cope because I wanted to read you.
Oh, she's got lots of stuff. She's done her research. She's done all of it. You had this all open.
Yeah, I don't want to go any further. I'm going to read the email.
Okay.
That I've had. I've just got to move this up so that I can see it. If I close this bit, am I going to disappear? I'm sorry if I disappear. I'm just going to close it. Are you still there?
You're still there.
Okay, so Bake Diary says, it is with a heavy heart and great sadness that we have had to announce that after 8 incredible years of serving the baking community, we've had to make the difficult decision to close down the Bake Diary service as of the 31st of May 2025 for health and personal reasons.
Right.
So that's what that says. So now I'm going to...
See, that must have been a massive shock to everyone using Bake Diary.
Yeah.
Because it's come out of the blue.
Damn it. Damn it, Janet. Oh, it took me ages to find the email. Oh, here it is down at the bottom. Okay.
Oh, there it is. I found it. Right, okay.
Okay. So for some unknown reason, the emails that they sent out during the couple of weeks all went to a lot of them went to spam mail. I know it's happened right across the board. Lots of people just went to spam mail, so you wouldn't have known. I only knew because someone posted it on our private cake group.
Oh, I didn't realise that.
So I emailed them to say, what the heck? So,
WTF?
Yeah, I didn't say it like that. I was like, hi. I'm going to read you my email.
Okay.
Hi, Sammie. Unfortunately, with much sadness, it is true. We desperately tried all avenues to avoid this from happening, as it was the absolute last resort for us to close down. After spending the last 8 years building the platform to what it is today and seeing the difference it's made for so many of our fellow cakers and friends, we are devastated that it's come to this. Access to the service will close at the end of the month, but we want to reassure you that we'll still be available to assist with providing you with your data after that date.
Right.
At the moment, the easiest way to download your orders... Now, this is the bit where I immediately went into... I couldn't understand
White noise.
Yeah, it says the easiest way to download your orders, recipes and contacts is to do it directly within Bake Diary. For your orders, you can use the Excel version of the file in the reports section. For your contacts, you can go to the contacts list and click on the export button in the top right. And for recipes, you can simply go to the recipe itself and click on the 3 dots in the top right to print the PDF version of the recipe. We will do all that we can to support you during this time to help make this unfortunate news as painless as possible. Kind regards, Clayton Lloyd.
Oh.
So I'm going to close that down now. Bing. So there we go. I've got to find you. There we go. Okay. So obviously I was like, oh my God, what am I going to do? I'm just
especially right at the beginning of busy season as well.
Yeah. I mean, something very unfortunate must have happened.
Yeah.
That they've obviously thought about this. These things happen, we'll get over it. So what I did was I went into Google and I typed best caking apps. So there's a few that have come up, but there's alternatives as well. And I've got lots of options for you all. So there's one called Bakesy. So I subscribed to this and everything, but I didn't like it very much.
Right,
and
okay.
It appears that it's only on the app. Now, I find it hard working on my phone doing invoicing and stuff like that.
Yeah, I like to have a computer with some things, to be honest,
So I was kind of like, I'm not so keen on that. But there are other people who like it and say it's brilliant. Everybody has different feelings for stuff.
No, maybe not actually.
What, did you think you had it?
No, there was one. I can't remember. It was like the first cake and bake show that we interviewed someone called Natasha. I could be wrong about her name. I'm sorry if I've got your name wrong. We interviewed someone and she was launching an app. And I don't know whether it was Bakesy. She was launching an app there. She had like a big blow up calculator thing.
I know exactly who you mean.
But I don't know if it was this app or not. I could be wrong.
Oh, I want to Google it now, but I'm going to carry on.
Yes, carry on.
I'm not saying that it's.
I mean, it might be. But it was an app. It wasn't a desktop thing.
What it had was good, and it did have like invoices and stuff like that. It just wasn't for me. That was all I found.
Yeah.
So go and have a look at that because there's lots of options. There's also one called Square, which is free. Unless you use a card payment with it. And then it takes, I couldn't work out, because I looked at 3 different things. And one said 1.4, another said 1.75, and another said 2.4. So I didn't know if it's different in different countries, that sort of thing. But it had lots of other stuff on it as well. Sod's law, I've closed everything. Here we go. Square, here we go. How Square works. Square connects you to all sides of your business with easy-to-use tools designed to give you time to focus on what you do best. There is lots. I don't want to click on it because I know what I'm.
It's like that like the small bit. It's like a small. It's not specifically for cake makers. It's like a small business app.
Here we go. You could. It uses it for. It's the fast and easy way to run your business. I just scrolled down too far. I was at the bottom of the page. Build a free online store and integrate with one of our delivery or e-commerce partners. Grow your business with software such as marketing and loyalty tools that keeps new and existing customers coming back. Send an unlimited number of invoices, estimates or payment links. Keep your day simple and organised with our web-based appointment scheduling software. Managers, employees, get your money fast with next day bank transfers, or even quicker with instant transfers for a fee. So that's where they're getting money. But it's got a listing of the sort of people it would be great for, which is beauty salons, retail, professional services, fast food restaurants, full service restaurants, pubs and bars, takeaway, coffee shops and cafes, bakeries, festivals and so it covers lots. Home repair, food truck. Food trucks. Sorry. So it covers a lot.
Right.
Here we go. This is why it was different. In person, when you process a payment in person, Square charges a fee of 1.75 per tap.
Right.
Online, 1.4 plus 25p or 2.5 plus 25. For UK card transactions, or the higher fee is for non-UK card transactions. And manually entered. When you manually key in your customer's card details or use a card on file, the fee is 2.5.
Right, okay.
So I only discovered that one this evening. I don't know why, it just popped up on my thing. And I went onto Reddit and had a kind of a squizzle around. And what people were saying was quite good about it. But because I haven't checked out the invoicing side of it, and I don't know if it's easy enough for me.
It's probably not going to hold your recipes and work out your recipes in that sort of way, is it? But yeah.
So that's an option. Okay, I'm going to close that one down. Boof, that one's gone. Okay. There's Cake Boss,
which I've used before.
Yes, that's right.
But
it is quite a few people.
Yeah, it is a little bit like using Windows in the 1990s.
Yeah,
it's quite old-fashioned to use.
And you have to pay an upfront fee of $120, I think it is.
No,
now.
$149.
It's $149
for the first year, and then $20 a year after that. But if you can find someone that's on it, I think you can get a discount.
Yeah. So I've heard good things about Cake Boss. So,
I think for me, because I use Cake Boss and I used to put my orders on it, my recipes, it used to work out your costings. And it did all that. It would do your accounts. So you could do things like expenses and all of that. And it would send an invoice and it would attach your terms and conditions to the invoice, and you can attach pictures to all of it. And it had all the stuff. But when you look at it, it was really old fashioned. So when you looked at like Bake Diary, it's like something that's happening now. Whereas Cake Boss, say it was like Microsoft Windows, early Microsoft Windows. That's how it appeared to me. And the other thing that slightly niggled me about it, and it was only a niggle, it's not a big thing, just a niggle, that every time I went onto it, I had to change it from American to UK in order to get it in the UK pounds instead of dollars. But that just
would make you go.
Yeah, it was every time. But yeah, it was fine. It worked okay. And for $20 a year after the initial payment, it's all right.
That's not so bad. But as you all may know, I'm quite tight, and I'm like, I don't want to pay that much money. I just want to pay by I think it's £6, whatever. A month.
I mean, but after the first year, it is only $20 a year.
I know. I'm just trying. So there's another one called My Custom Bakes. So I did check all these out. I'm now I think I'm going into TikTok by accident. But I'm not loaded up. It won't let me load it. I'm going to go back because it was a review. So I've looked at so many. Here we go. My Custom Bakes reviews. I'm at an angle. I'm sorry. I hate it when I do this. This lady says, best thing I've ever done for my business. Had my first pre-sale and it's unbelievable how much it has already made my life easier. So there's loads of videos and stuff that you can use. Is My Custom Bakes free? Not signed up for a free account yet? Click on the button below and see how My Customer Bakes can streamline your work flow. There's a free option and a pro plan.
Right.
$10 a month. That one is. Oh, and I think that one was based in America. See, I had it all written down on my piece of paper that I accidentally threw away. That's why I know I baked our Custom Bakes was on the piece of paper I threw away.
Right, okay.
So sorry.
She was
about
efficient.
that.
She was tidying.
Yeah. So I know lots of them are, because they know Bake Diary is closing down, they're offering
they will do
we can do this, we can help you, with Bake Diary.
Yeah.
So now I want to go on to my other thing that I've got open. So I went onto Facebook and I joined. This has been invaluable, joining this group. I don't want to close it down in case it disappears. Bake Diary Members Community. So you just join up.
Has that always existed?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because they've got it has grown in the last couple of weeks.
I'm sure it has, yeah.
But it's got 1.4 members. 1,000 members.
It's got one member in a head. Sorry.
1.4 thousand. Yeah. Or the legs. Maybe just the legs.
Sorry, yeah.
So every time I go on it, something else has happened.
Right.
So this has just popped up on mine now. Feedback from Cake Boss re an online form that can be converted to a quote. So they're offering a 30-day money-back guarantee. If your purchase of Cake Boss iCloud and decide it doesn't meet your needs at the time, you can please submit a support request form so that you can try things out, and if you don't like it, they'll give you your money back.
I did notice Cake Boss today do a 30-day free trial as well.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I think there's... I wonder how many... It would be interesting to know how many Bake Diary people are out there.
Yeah.
Because... this is right across the world. Bake Diary does it across the world.
Yeah.
And I've seen posts from people in New Zealand, Australia, South Africa, all over, all talking about this. So the first one I'm going to talk about is from this post came up. This is a lady called Lucia Alve. I don't know if I'm saying her name right. I want to go Lucia Alve.
Yeah.
Or Alves. Okay, so I'm going to read you what she's put. Hi, everyone. After hearing the bad news about Bake Diary shutting down and striking out with every alternative, I asked my brother, he's a software engineer, to build a replacement, as you do. After pleading and after a few batches of my signature cinnamon rolls, he finally agreed. The site is already turning out better than I imagined, so I wanted to share it with the community. I told him how lost many of us feel without Bake Diary, and he agreed to make it available worldwide. The priority was to keep it familiar to Bake Diary so I can have a smooth transition. Check out the dashboard preview, which I'll give you the thingy in a minute. With a few tweaks I always wished Bake Diary had. About data transfer, I asked him whether there's a way to move our data directly to the new platform. He's working on it, but Bake Diary still hasn't given us an easy bulk export option, so we don't know yet. So feel free to check it out and give me some feedback.
Do you know, if I asked my brother to build me an entire platform...
What's he going to say?
I'd never hear from him again.
No,
go,
that's
sorry,
right.
Who are you? I don't have a sister.
Yeah. So I've been onto the site.
Yeah.
It's not up and running yet, but you can sign up for it.
Right.
I've closed that page down, but you can.
Is this the one that was on?
Yeah, that I mentioned on our special.
Right, because I've got it
group.
open.
Yeah, www.bakethatbatter.com.
Yeah. What do you want to know about it? Because I've got it open.
Okay. Well, I've got the page open, so you can sign up for. It looks very similar to Bake Diary.
Does it?
I've just got the little page open on it. So have you used Bake Diary?
No, I looked at it. And I kind of I had a look and I had to work my way around. But at the time I was using Cake Boss and I was thinking I've got all my recipes in Cake Boss and I didn't want to move over, so I didn't do it. But you know, if I was if I was having to move, then I would have it would have been it was good.
Can you use any of the options yet? Can you check it out, or is it just still the page?
No,
preview?
It's just the page. So it's got features, how it works, there's a wait list and then there's pricing.
Yeah.
It's in euros, so I guess it's possibly Irish.
Maybe, yeah.
Because it's in English, but it's in euros, so I would say possibly Irish. I could be wrong though.
Or Spanish.
Yeah, I could be wrong.
Italian.
But the English is very good. That's
and I think they were talking about launching it on the 25th. Hang on, I'm going to go into the comments.
Yes, all you can do at the moment is sign up to the wait list, join the wait list.
Thank you. So what they're saying is, will you be featuring an inquire form link and will it talk to Square? Congrats, guys. And she's gone, thank you. We are listening for requests like this. and I'll drop a Google form here soon, so it's easier for everyone to share their ideas. Right. So this girl is proper on it.
Yeah.
She's, she's seen this idea and gone with it. But that it's funny, actually, because there are other ones down the page, and I will talk about another lady in a minute. So they haven't got a launch date yet, but I'm pretty sure I saw something like the 25th of May, because Bake Diary shuts on the 31st.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, it's quite interesting. And I mean, looking at the pricing, so it's €695 a month, and you get up to 50 orders per month. But if you pay by the year, which is $69.50, so you get 2 months free, you get unlimited orders.
Really?
Which is quite, I mean, 50 orders, I don't know who does 50 orders per month, but if you're a bigger shop or something.
Oh, I do, darling. I do.
I wish.
No, I don't wish, actually.
Exactly. So the monthly, you get 50 orders a month, customer management, basic recipe storage, calendar integration, and email support. But then in the yearly, you get advanced customer management, recipe scaling and costings, inventory tracking, business analytics, and priority support.
Oh.
And then there's also a lifetime membership, which is $199.50. And you get all sorts of stuff.
Everything.
Yeah, all sorts of stuff. So if you pay for the year, it seems like you get a much, much better deal. But it depends what your budget is. Depends what you need as well.
Yeah. With reading all the comments, everyone's like, wow, this is amazing. And like people in Australia are asking if we can use it. People in the USA using if they can use it. So it looks like she's setting it up.
Well, I hope she can pull it off. I really do hope she can pull it off. And quickly. I mean, the thing is that Bake Diary, that probably took years to develop. And
Malaysia, you can do it in Malaysia.
Wow.
So that's another option.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm just going to zoom down the page. A lot of people are talking about the ones I've mentioned already with Bakesy, Square, Cake Boss, My Custom Bakes. Let's find. So the next lady is called Millie White, and she says, "I want to do an Australian accent, but I'm not going to."
Oh, why ruin it?
Hi, everyone. I can't do it. I hope it's okay for me to pop in for my good friend. My name is Annabelle. I'm an Australian baker, business owner, mum of 3, and a bit of a software nerd. Like many of you, I was shocked to hear about Bake Diary closing. It's such a valuable tool, and I know how unsettling it can be to lose something that is so relied upon, not only for your business, but for your life, which is so true.
Yeah.
I love Bake Diary. I've been working with developers on my own software, bakegenie.co. This system honours everything you loved about Bake Diary with room to grow. Bake Genie already includes the ability to import your existing data, Square integration, a simple user-friendly design made for bakers. It must have been this one where I saw the date launch, because this one says the goal is to launch by 24th of May 25, giving bakers a week to migrate smoothly.
Right.
I'd love to invite you to join my temporary Facebook group. This is where I'm sharing updates, getting feedback, and adding the final touches with your input. And there's the Facebook group. So I guess you're going to have to join.
Yeah. So I was just looking on that. There's
Diary.
There's very little on there, but you can. It says join our early access team for free. So if you scroll down on their website, it's just got this join our early access team for free. So you can probably do it through the bakegenie.co.
Yeah. And it's the same sort of comments. As everybody, can I use it here? Can I use it there? It looks like it's going to be worldwide. So same sort of thing as the last one with the Lucia Alves. So it's looking good.
It's not looking helpless. Let's just say
no, that's right.
I mean, I was talking about. Kate Tynan also put a couple of posts out on her Instagram this week about going a bit more analog with it rather than having an all-in-one package. And she listed things that you can do like analog, like get a paper diary, use Google Calendar, and if you don't want to jump on board another app straight away, how you can kind of cope now. But there were like 8 steps. So it's quite a few things to think about, whereas one app does it all, and that's what people are losing. So
it all depends, I guess. What's your preference? It's like buying a pair of shoes. You're not going to go as me. I wouldn't go into the shop and buy the first pair of shoes I tried on.
No.
I'd tried on 6 pairs and then go back to the first one.
Yeah.
So,
as someone that sold shoes, I know that feeling.
I want to try on all the shoes.
There was one particular year. We went to Blackpool one year, and there was one particular year we actually had to stop a woman trying shoes on in the end, because she came back every day and tried these shoes on. And in the end, we went, look, you've practically broken them in. Please, can you not try them on it? You know what they feel like. Either buy them or don't.
Yeah. Did she buy them?
No, she didn't. She went over to Superdance and bought someone else's shoes instead.
Bitch.
But yeah, so it sounds like there are promising progress being made.
Yeah. And if you email support@bakediary.com and tell them, can I do this? Can I do that? They answer you. They're really good. They've been straight on it.
Yeah.
And so I didn't understand this bit. CSV files. So you could ask them about CSV files.
Yeah. CSV file is like a database file.
Yeah, so quite a lot of people have been talking about this.
Yeah.
And because they want to, if you want to know if there's a CSV file that can extract the info, they can tell you what to do, which was in the email that I got that I didn't understand because I'm a plonker.
Yeah, but if you work it bit by bit, if you go through it line by line, you'll be fine.
When I've got 5 minutes next week,
you'll be fine. I mean, for the moment, if you want to use my Cake Boss, just use it.
Yeah.
Just use the Cake Boss. I don't use it anymore. It's got all my recipes in it. But hey, you know.
Well, I'm still working with Bake Diary.
Yeah, because you've still got like 10 days, haven't you?
Yeah, because I wanted everything to be on there so that when I do the transition, I know exactly where I'm up to, as opposed to, I wanted to trial out other things first.
Yeah. Yeah, you've still got 10 days. Well, 10 days from recording. Obviously, this is going out next week. But
there are ones that you can download just an invoice yourself.
Yeah.
And just do, if you didn't want to do all these apps and go through all this, just download an invoice. I suppose it's just you have to have a system that you know you're costing it correctly. Yeah.
And you have to have a system that you know that you've got all your details in it and you've got your diary sorted. And that's what these apps do. They do the diary, they do the recipes, they do the costings, they do the invoicing. And this is what Kate Tynan was saying, that you can do all this, but you will need 8 or 9 different other things to make that one thing work in the same way.
We used to do it.
Yeah. We used to have order forms and diaries and a credit card machine once upon a time.
You could just send it out with an email. Hi, your cake will be this much.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just. I mean, it does make it easier, and that's a market that they've captured. And the thing is that now everyone that uses it is used to using it. And they don't want to go back to the dark ages.
Yeah, comfy slippers and all that.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So there we go.
Right. Well, on our next podcast, we will have an update of what Sammie has decided, if she has decided.
Yeah.
And we'll go from there.
You know me, last minute Minnie.
Look, come on, you've been researching it for God knows how many.
I have actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I sent a message to you a week ago asking about it, and you've been dealing with it since then. So it's not last minute.
Well, before then, actually, because I lost the email from Bake Diary, even though it was in my inbox highlighted in red. So I was like, I'd flagged it so I wouldn't lose it, and I went in my junk. I'd emptied my junk. I was like, oh my God, where have I put it? And it was there all the time.
It was flagged.
So, but you can see all the apps and things that I've downloaded because all the emails I've received.
Yeah.
So I was doing it the minute that our friend mentioned it.
Yeah.
I was on it straight away.
Well, so we've got, from the date of recording, we've got another couple of weeks. So we will update you in a couple of weeks as to where Sammie is with it.
Yeah. And if you have any advice.
Yeah,
guys,
what you're doing. What are you up to out there? How are you?
Because it's weird, isn't it? It's like something so important to my business.
Yeah. Yeah. It'd be a little bit like if we record through Riverside. Say Riverside suddenly went, we're not doing this anymore. When they did Zencaster, we used to use Zencaster.
Yeah.
And Zencaster went, no, actually, we're going to start charging you £50 a month. And we were like, oh, damn.
And now we're here, and this is better.
Yeah, because it can make us into pandas.
Can you do a round of applause?
Oh, hold on. I've got to find them now. Media.
You couldn't do that on Zencaster,
Exactly.
could you?
Exactly. So there you go. And last week, if anyone saw our stories last week or a couple of weeks ago, they have now started doing AI, and I made us into pandas.
I thought they were perfect.
And I'm working on making us into babies. That's the next. That's the next one. So keep an eye on our stories, because that's where I will post our AI characters.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So we've had a few questions. We're going to answer some questions here, and then we will answer some questions on the Patreon, the extra Patreon. So, do you want to go first, or do you want me to go first?
You go first.
I haven't.
Hang on. Sorry.
What I haven't done is I haven't put names of anyone who sent these. Sorry. So if these are your questions, thanks. Right. So the first one, I think this is a follow-on from last week. No, we got this before last week's, which I think is quite interesting. So we might already have answered this. But what paperwork do you need to secure a food hygiene rating of 5?
Well, yes.
With experience.
Yes. You need to have a log of your cleaning schedule.
Opening and closing checks and cleanings.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah. You need to, I have this in my folder, your insurance.
Yeah. You don't say insurance isn't legal, but
no, but I
recommended.
I liked to have that. Yeah. I think mainly it's the more important of, the printout. This isn't a requirement. She actually said this to me. You don't have to have your food hygiene certificate.
Oh, the level 2 in catering. Yeah.
But I feel as a catering establishment, that's something you.
See, it's funny because I have mine, but my very, very first food inspection, I didn't have it. I didn't do it in my first one. And I was chatting to the person. I mean, bear in mind, we're talking 15 odd years ago. I was chatting to them and I said that I had worked at McDonald's. When I was a student, I worked at McDonald's. I didn't work at a franchise. I worked at a company store. And I said I thought their training was really good. And he went, you know what? One of the best training there is. You won't have a certificate, but if that's where you worked, I'm sure your training was really good. But I think now, like 15 years on, I would rather have that certificate in my folder than not.
Yeah. Because it proves you know your shit.
Well, it's the same as the allergen training. You don't actually have to do the allergen training, but I did it.
I've done it,
and I had a certificate. I nearly died of boredom through the Indian and Chinese food sections because I'm like, how is this relevant to me? But
you can't skip if you want it.
Yeah, you've got to do it. The other thing is your Safer Food, Better Business pack.
Yes.
which you can download from the Food Standards Agency. You don't have to print it. Mine isn't printed. Mine is actually it's a PDF that's on my computer, and you can fill it in on the PDF on the computer if you don't want to print the 60 pages that it is. Can you remember at the shop I used to print 4 to a page? Because I was so tight over ink and paper.
See, I'm just about to do my because I've got my waffle business.
Yeah.
I've bought a folder today because I am going to print that out, because I figured if I have staff, I wanted to have it there for them to read. And I think sometimes when you do your checks, like you check up to make sure you're doing everything, it's handy to have it there, because it's like, yeah.
I mean, I remember at the shop, because I was tight and I didn't want to spend money on paper and ink, I printed 4 pages to 1 page and but I do remember I made everyone read it, and you all had to initial it that you had read it.
Yeah.
So the Safer Food, Better Business Pack, your cleaning schedules, your opening and closing checks, your fridge temperatures.
Yeah.
Always make sure you've got fridge temperatures. It's just proof
that you're doing these things. Yeah.
It's that she can she can walk in on the day and your kitchen could be immaculate. Or they, he, she, or they can walk in on the day and your kitchen could be immaculate, but the day before it could have been a rat-infested hole.
Yeah. They want to know that you're actually cleaning your ovens.
It's just traceability.
Because you can't if you don't do it for 5 years, if you don't, like me, I didn't have a check for a very long time. If I found out I was having a visit, it would have taken me weeks to write out all the things. So she just went, oh yeah, you do it.
Yeah. Now, some people write batch numbers and things like that down. I was told by my woman that was too much. I didn't need that. I just needed to write. Either keep my receipts in order of when I got them, because that is a record of where you bought your ingredients, or write down on your orders where you've bought your ingredients from when you do them, just so there's like a mild traceability there. But generally, if you're doing all your ordering, if you're going and doing all your shopping in one place, it's going to be okay. You don't have to write batch numbers. We don't need a full HACCP and all the rest of it. But yeah. I mean, I know it sounds like a lot, but actually, once you go through it, it's actually not that much.
No, that's right.
And you will get a 5. You will get a 5.
Yeah, you will.
You will secure a 5.
You listen to this podcast.
Yeah. And if you listen to the last episode, of course you'll get a 5.
Okay, so this is from 2 Hot Tubs.
Excellent.
I'd like 2 hot tubs.
Yeah.
Okay. So what should I say to customers when they pick up their cakes from a home bakery? I don't want to awkwardly hand them their cakes and never know what to say.
Oh.
So
what do you say when someone turns up? Hi.
Well, I just want to say the first thing is to make sure your insurance covers you for them to come into your
either
home,
that or it's on the doorstep.
I don't.
No.
My insurance doesn't cover me, and I don't want them coming into my flat anyway. So I get them to call me when they arrive.
Okay.
And I take their cake out to them, because then I know they're placing it in their car.
Yeah.
But when I lived at my old house, they'd knock the door. I'd come in. I had a table with their cake by the front door, so that they're not coming in all the way to, say, like through your kitchen into your dining room, out to your studio to collect the cake. You like give them the cake, bye, but you go, hello, here's your cake.
Do you show the people your cake?
Yeah, I take the lid off so they can look at it and check your spelling. You've spelled birthday wrong.
You've forgotten the H.
Or the R. So, and I say, is everything okay? And they go, oh, yes, it's wonderful, because your cakes are, everybody's cakes out there are beautiful. And then I go, here's your allergen sheet for you. My cake inspection person, what are they called? Food safety person.
Environmental health officers.
Yeah, made a very good point to me. She said, when you send them their email with all their details and everything, and their invoice, you should attach your allergen sheet to it then.
Okay.
So they can't go, if there is a problem, well, I never received it. You never gave it to me.
Right.
But I haven't instigated that yet, but that's a very good idea.
Yeah.
But so I hand them their allergen sheet. I say, there's dowels in your cake, or there's a toothpick in there, because they're not going to read their allergen sheet. And, you know, so I tell them, and I go, would you like me to carry it to your car? Which is what I did in the house. And I'd say, or I'll carry it to your car for you. Or now I just say, put it in your boot, mate.
Yeah.
Don't put it on your lap.
And, see, I always say, have you made room in your boot, or do you have room in your footwell?
Yeah. Oh no! Don't put it on your seat. It's at an angle. It's a cake. What do you think? It's going to fall over. I do say that.
3-year-old's lap. Don't be ridiculous.
Yeah. Said someone who watched someone drive off to Devon from Southampton with a 2-tier cake, buttercream on their lap.
No.
So anyway, so that is what I say. And sometimes, because I get lots of lovely customers, we'll then have a chat.
Yeah, on the doorstep. Yeah,
yeah.
See, I actually had a cake collected last week. It was only someone wanted a caraway seed cake.
Oh, unusual.
Yeah, not my thing. And a seedy, really not my thing. And he came to collect it on Friday, and I did the same. So I answered the door and I went, I'll just pop and get your cakes. It was in my studio, and I didn't want him coming through my studio, sorry, because there's other things on the way through that I don't necessarily want everyone having a gorp at. So, and I went, I'll just bring it out to your car for you, let him see it. And then we had a good old natter by the side of his van, you know?
Yeah. Did I tell you, one of my customers texted me as to ask if I was single or not.
Great. Fantastic.
It was a bit... It wasn't rude, but I had to show it to my son and go, what does this mean? And he was like, what are you going to do? So I asked GPT, or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Gemini is what I use.
Yeah. And
Gemini said, the best thing is to not answer. So I didn't.
But was it a dick pic?
No. It was just the wording was cake related, but could be construed in other ways. But there you go. So that sort of thing happens.
Yes. Excellent.
Okay.
Excellent. Right.
Next.
So, how do I stop? Oh, well, the lights have just come on in my house.
Yeah.
How do I stop my cakes bulging under fondant, especially now the weather is warmer?
Oh, this is the bane of my life.
Firstly, don't overfill them.
Yeah.
But overfilling them is so good.
And I love a plump white cake
with all that buttercream inside.
And in weather like this, if it's really hot, use royal icing in your icing sugar. Yeah. Because that helps. But
go on.
Ganache.
Because
You
went away from ganache for a little while, though, didn't you?
Yeah, I did. Are you back? I still. It depends on my mood.
Okay.
If it's going to be a bit warmer, or if it's cheapy cake, I'll just use buttercream.
I think for wedding cakes and for things that people have paid a little bit more for, always ganache. Because ganache, and also the thing about ganache is that it's just. It sets solid and firm. The other thing that I would say is damn your cake. Always damn it.
Yeah. Damn that cake.
Damn that cake.
But also, right, you bake your cake, you crumb coat it, you leave it overnight.
Yes.
You come back, make sure that everything's tickety-boo. You then put your white chocolate ganache or your ganache on it, whatever you're using. Then you leave it another night so that it's set.
Yeah, let it settle. Yeah. Because how many times I've done it. You've put dowels in a cake and then the next day you've come back and the dowels are really poking above the cake. And that's because the whole thing has settled and sunk.
Yeah. So then do your final coat.
Yeah.
But I watched a video a long time ago on the world of Instagram where a cake maker went. She got her white chocolate ganached cake,
right,
and picked it up. And she said, if you can't do this for your cake, without icing, it was just the cake. If you can't do this to your cake, then you haven't got enough ganache on it.
Right.
Because you don't need much.
No.
I didn't put a massive layer on. And you haven't left it to set long enough.
Also, I would say with white chocolate ganache, in the hotter weather, use a higher ratio of chocolate.
Yeah.
Because, I mean,
it's 3 to 1.
Yeah, it's usually 3 to 1. But in hot weather, I would use a 4 to 1 ganache.
Yeah. And put it in a small enough bowl that will fit into your microwave.
That sounds like experience talking there.
Yeah, it happened to me this week. I made a lot because I've got a lot of wedding cakes this week. So I made my ganache. I've got it in my biggest bowl, and I thought, right, I made it up, and then I put it in the fridge to chill. And then I came back the next
rock
day.
Hard.
It's rock hard. And can I get it out? So
great.
Yeah. That's the voice of experience. It doesn't fit in my microwave. My microwave went, whoa.
Well, I've actually got a wedding cake to make this year. This year, I've got one this year. My cousin is getting married in July. 4th of July, she's getting married. And I went down to chat to her about her wedding cake at the weekend. And I said, she showed me some pictures, and I went, right, well, this one is a buttercream covered cake and this one is a fondant covered cake. She went, I don't really mind. I'm not bothered fondant or ganache or buttercream. And the funny thing is that I was with George, who used to work with us because it's his sister. And so George used to take orders for us, obviously, at the shop, didn't he?
Yeah.
And so I'm sat there like chatting, and he went, it's in a marquee. It's going to have to be fondant. And I was like, excuse me, who are you?
Bless.
He said the ceremony's indoors, but the reception's in a marquee. So you're going to have fondant icing, because then they can put ganache underneath it. And I'm like, we trained him so well.
He managed to remember.
Yeah. I mean, how many years ago? So funny.
2017. That's how long.
And he knew.
Right.
So yes, ganache.
Yeah.
Yeah. And let your fondant set and harden. And this is the worry, is that when people do everything really last minute, that's when it's going to collapse and bulge.
Yeah.
Just
From
give
experience.
yourself time.
Yeah. I have baked a bit. I've got a wedding cake on Thursday. So, yeah. So I baked the chocolate last week, and I've frozen it.
Yeah.
And today I've baked the lemon and the raspberry.
Because the cake has to settle as well.
Yeah.
The cake has to settle. Everything has to settle and sort itself out before.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does. It does make a difference. And whilst it's a really simple cake, it does have ganache and sugar paste on, but it looks amazing when you deliver it, and you're like da 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 da. So yeah.
Right. Okay. Next.
Okay. How far ahead can I bake a carrot cake and add cream cheese buttercream?
Right. So cream cheese can only be left out of the fridge for 4 hours. Right. Carrot cake will last longer than normal cakes because it's got carrot in it, and it's really moist because it's moist because it's got obviously carrots in it, it's got oil in it. So carrot cake will last a bit. And also carrot cake's always better a couple of days later because all the spices begin to
infuse.
Yeah, they begin to sort of like mature. But it's the cream cheese that is your issue. So your carrot cake you can make, I don't know, 3 or 4 days ahead. But the cream cheese frosting, you can make it ahead as long as you keep it in the fridge. Yeah. So you can make it and keep it in the fridge, and it's fine. And to be honest, because carrot cake is made with oil, it's not going to go hard in the fridge. So you can make it, but please keep it in the fridge and don't get it out of the fridge for more than 4 hours because you don't want to kill anyone.
No.
Because to be honest, though, I mean, cream cheese frosting is one of those things is that it's got cheese in it, so therefore that's the 4-hour rule. But it's got so much sugar in it that would preserve that cheese that you probably would be okay for a bit longer. But the problem is if you're making it and you're putting it under fondant or it's a celebration cake, it's really tricky.
Like we just talked about with the ganache.
Yeah.
You're going to have to, you can't put your fondant cake in the fridge.
No, you're going to have to keep putting it in the fridge and getting it back out again.
If someone asks for cream cheese frosting, I say no. I say no. But under a fondant cake.
Yeah, but also with cream cheese frosting, you don't necessarily know. If you deliver that cake...
Yeah, how long are they going to keep out?
They have to put it in the fridge. You have to give them instructions to put it in the fridge. And then, so it's,
You can get cream cheese flavouring. That's it. Meh.
I did have, do you know what? I had some and I think I left the lid off the bottle a little bit. Oh, it went really nasty flavour. Oh.
It tastes like Parmesan cheesy
it smelled like Parmesan. But so cream cheese frosting is your problem. Your carrot cake will last longer than any normal sponge cake. Your carrot cake will be fine, but your cream cheese frosting, 4 hours out of the fridge, and that's that.
Their name was TM Ganad.
Excellent.
Or maybe it's TMG Nad.
Not TM. No, I'm not going to say it.
No.
Right, okay, so this is a biggie. This is a biggie. How can I make a living with my cake business? I seem to be working loads of hours and not making very much money. You're not charging enough.
No.
Or you're doing too much.
Worth.
You're doing too much. You're people pleasing. You're going, I'll just do this, I'll just do that. And they haven't paid you to do it.
Yeah. So how I do it, when I work out their cake, I draw a picture.
Yeah.
Around a circle, and like I had one today. They want to. I hadn't heard of this film, Baby. I've forgotten what the film's called now.
Excellent.
Something Boss Baby.
I have heard of that. Yes.
Yeah. And they wanted some like things from the film. They wanted an edible print. They wanted this, that, and the other. So I go, how long is it going to take me to cover the board?
Yeah.
Like £10. How long, edible print, how much does that cost? Print it out, mount it. How long is it going to take me to make the figures? How long to bake the cake? How long to buttercream the cake? How long to sugar paste the cake?
Yeah.
And I put all those timings down of what I think, though I have got it all on my spreadsheet of what everything costs. And then I work it out so that I know exactly what I'm getting, what I'm worth, as opposed to
it'd be 20 quid,
60 quid.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is,
quid.
This comes with experience, and it does. I mean, this person is at that point where they need to be working this out. Yeah. Because they've come to
which is where Bake Diary is brilliant.
Yeah, because it's come to that. I mean, we've all been there where you look at a cake and you see a little dink and you just want to sort that out, and you see a little thing there and you just want to sort that out, and then you're at 3 o'clock in the morning and you're like, where did that time go?
Yeah.
So you need to know when to stop. You need to know how long every single thing takes. Yeah. You need to know when to stop. You need to know your costings of your ingredients, your boards, your boxes, your paper tissues, your washing up liquid. Put everything
your
in.
Insurance. And put that all on. Yeah. But on your workings out.
Yeah, but you need to know when to walk away from it.
I think it was Emily Hankins once said to me, no, it was Christine. What was her name? The Cake Professionals.
Oh, yes. From Paborian, who's not Paborian anymore. Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Jensen. Christine
said,
Jensen.
You might get 5 inquiries. Mm-hmm. Would you rather do all those 5 inquiries for 60 quid, or would you rather do one cake really well for £400?
Yeah. Yeah.
So she said, you might answer 5 emails with your prices and 4 of them will turn you down.
Yeah.
And that doesn't matter. You're then getting the one cake that you can spend that time on.
Yeah. If you want to spend hours and hours on a cake, charge the money to spend the hours and hours on the cake. If you don't want to spend hours and hours on the cake, know when to stop. You know, there are like 2 ends of the scale, but make sure you don't give extra for something that's not been charged
Yeah.
for. I mean,
if it's not on your invoice,
yeah,
don't put it on there.
I mean, there's always times when things go wrong, when cakes don't work in the way, and then you kind of get a little bit bitter about it. You're like, I'm not being paid for this now. But generally, you just need to know that the hours you're putting in, you're being paid for.
Yeah, definitely. I did a 2-tier cake this week.
Oh yeah.
So I'm going to put this out there.
Yeah.
I charged her £320.
Right.
For a 2-tier cake, 9-inch and a 7-inch.
Right.
And all it had on it, it was just 2 tiers, sugar paste covered. It had a hat on the top with a rim.
Right.
And 4 handbags around the bottom.
Wow.
And a happy birthday on the front.
But I bet
she was made up.
And I bet you took the time to make those handbags just perfect.
Yeah, well, they were. I think it's a. I don't know handbag. two were Chanel bags.
Right. I remember once
the padding on them.
And
it was just simple.
I remember once you made it wasn't a Burberry. It was maybe it was a Burberry.
I think that is the handbag. I know the cake you're talking about. That is the handbag that was on the cake.
Yeah, and they loved it because it was so perfect. It looked like the bag that you made.
Did.
Yeah,
she gave me a kiss when I delivered it.
Yeah, and that's the thing is that you know how much to charge you, and it does come with experience. Yeah. And also the confidence to be able to turn around and go, no, actually, my hour's worth this much time.
Yeah.
So it does.
And don't be afraid to go, no, I can't do that.
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah. Turn it down because it's not worth your while. If you're working till 2 o'clock in the morning, you're not being paid for it. It's not worth your while. You might as well be in bed.
Yeah.
Okay, your last one.
This is from Existing Wishbone. What is your favourite cake and why?
Oh.
Well, I don't know if I said this the last time, but mine's raspberry and lemon or raspberry bakewell.
Oh, really? Bakewell? No,
Yeah.
I can't do bakewell.
I don't
like almond.
I love that I love the almond texture in my mouth. I love the moistness of it.
See, I just don't like almond. I don't like the.
No.
I don't know. It's like sweetness of almond that I don't like.
But raspberry and lemon.
Yeah.
Jamie Oliver does one of my favourite cakes. It's raspberry and lemon with a mascarpone butter icing, and it's just to die for.
To be honest,
with lemon curd and raspberry. Oh, yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I say I don't like almond. I haven't met a cake I wouldn't eat ever. You know, if almond cake was the last cake on the table, I would have a slice. I would say I love a chai latte. I like cinnamon. I've got a real thing for cinnamon. So anything spiced like a chai latte type cake. I also like a very well baked classic Victoria sandwich.
Yeah. So Victoria's not my go-to cake.
No, if there was a choice, though, if you had a table with chocolate and vanilla, what would you do?
Chocolate?
See, never chocolate. Never would I go to chocolate. Although, our chocolate cake's incredible. But,
yeah.
But if there was a choice of 2 cakes and I could only have one, it wouldn't be the chocolate.
No.
So, but I love carrot cake. What's your least favourite cake?
Vanilla.
My least favourite is red velvet. I don't see the point of red velvet.
Yeah.
Why is it red?
I've got to make a green velvet.
Cake shouldn't be green. Why is it green?
But their wedding cake is green.
Okay. Can you remember the blue cake we made that was ombre all the way up? It was 4 tiers and it was ombre all the way up. And Melissa, our lovely apprentice, she did horizontal stripes around the 12-inch bottom tier, and they were amazing. She was good at that. She was so good at that. She's had another baby.
Yeah, I know.
Anyway.
There you go.
Right, so that is all our questions here. Thank you for listening. She's literally thrown that over her shoulder. That one's done. Finished with. If you want, we've got 3 more questions. Shall I hint at what they're about? Oh, I've just shut that. Oh no.
I'm gonna hint about my top tip.
Oh, are you?
It's for your future self. That's all I'm gonna say.
Nice. So the questions, there is one about markets, there is one about flowers on cakes, and there's one about cupcakes. So we've got 3 extra questions. Sammie's dog's got up and had a shake. And we got
changing beds.
Top tip and a product of the week over on patreon.com/the Business of Cake Making Podcast. But other than that,
it's time to say, put yourself first, have a bath,
Sammie's
relax.
pep talk.
Yeah. I love you all. So does Bronya.
Of course.
We love you. And bye.